All right, well, welcome to today's free training, how to maximize your lead flow with Google Ads for tree service. I'm so glad you joined us today. Thanks for joining live. This is going to be recorded as well in case you miss any piece of this. But I want to go ahead and get right into the slides and kind of show you why this is such an important aspect of your online marketing. So let me share my screen with you. And if you could, if you don't mind, just pop in that chat really quick and let me know you can see this slide behind my screen. Every now and then it's showing the blank screen behind it or an internet screen behind it. So I just want to make sure you guys can see that. So there is a chat in the Zoom settings down at the bottom. There's like a little bar, little chat box there. And then also, if you have any questions, you can pop it in the chat at any point during the training here. Let's see if anybody can see the chat there. All right, welcome aboard. I see a few other people joining. Thanks for joining. Just let me know in that chat really quick if you don't mind. Just pop it in there. Yes, I can see the slides right here. That way I know kind of to get started. I'm not just talking to a blank screen there behind it. All right, but I'm super pumped to show you guys what's working today in the Google Ads world with online marketing. So I'll go ahead and get started. I'm assuming everybody can see the slides here. This is how to maximize your lead flow with Google Ads. This is what's also called pay-per-click marketing. So you'll see reference throughout the slides today, PPC, which is just a short acronym for pay-per-click. And that's generally discussed around Google Ads, Bing, Yahoo Ads, anything where you're paying per click to get lead flow coming in. They kind of look like this. You can see an image right here of a sponsored ad. And so they're very powerful for generating leads throughout your local market just to show up everywhere you want to cover. And you can get super granular with the Google Ads platform. You can show it up in certain zip codes, certain cities, and different things like that. So I want to show you kind of how all that works. So this is kind of part of the Google, this is part of our kind of digital dominance wheel here, which basically shows everything you need to do online to get the best results for your online marketing. And they kind of all work together, but you can see number one is like your website, your SEO, your Google reviews, your reputation, your rating. And you can see here, number two is pay-per-click marketing. So it's Google Ads, Bing, Yahoo Ads, and things like that. There's also Google local service ads, which are the Google guaranteed ads commonly referred to. We're not going to be talking about those today. That's an upcoming webinar coming up we're going to do pretty soon, but this one's just about the Google Ads. The ones that are sponsored that you can see. So you can just see it's one piece of the wheel. And how you have to look at your tree service business is you're a fisherman, right? If you're a fisherman and you're in a boat and you have 10 fishing poles dropped in the water and they're all sitting on the bottom of the ocean, you're going to catch a lot more fish if you've got 10 fishing poles sitting in the water waiting on fish versus just one fishing pole with one line with bait in the water, if that makes sense. You're only going to catch one fish at any given time if you've got one line in the water. So this Google Ads piece, pay-per-click marketing, is just one component of your online marketing that works very, very well to show up in all the other areas. So if you want to get the most out of this training today, just try to kind of hone in on what we're about to discuss, because I promise you, if you kind of look at this and kind of take in the details, what we're going to discuss today, it's going to help you out tremendously in your own tree service business. If you're trying to do this yourself, or if you've got somebody in-house doing this for yourself, just pay attention and check it out. I promise it'll help. This is compiled over several years of doing nothing but tree service marketing on the Google Ads platform. So if you're serious about doubling or tripling the lead flow that you're pulling from your Google Ads for tree service, then the next 20 or 30 minutes are going to be critical. It's not a super long webinar today. It's just going to be a quick training. Here's what we're going to cover. So we're going to cover why Google Ads pay-per-click marketing is key to unlimited scalability in terms of lead flow for your tree service business. We're going to cover live examples of PPC campaigns generating a 5 to 15x return on investment for other tree service companies across the United States. We're going to go over how to set up and structure your pay-per-click marketing campaign for minimum cost per lead and maximum return on investment. Key performance indicators, what you should be looking for, tracking, landing pages, campaign structure, and different things like that. So that's what we're going to have. Let's see here, everyone. Okay, so now I got the chat enabled for everyone. I think I just had it enabled for the host for some crazy reason. I'm not sure what the settings were. So why the internet? A lot of people ask. Well, the internet has become this massive online portal to basically find anything you need online. So that's no different when it comes to hiring tree service companies, any type of company that you're looking for plumbing, heating and air conditioning, anything like that. You're going to go to the internet first. It used to be that you would take this big, thick, humongous 10-page phone book and you would flip through and you would go to the areas that make the most sense for you. right? And so that's one of the places that people used to go to. Now those are used for bonfires and, the trash can, the recycling bin. So statistics tell us that more than 77% of consumers now go to online when they're looking for tree services or any other services for that matter. There are over 10 million searches every month for tree service and tree removal, land clearing, forestry mulching, tree pruning, things like that. Do you want your share? You only need a small sliver of that. And that's worldwide searches. You only need a small sliver of that in your local market to get really, really good results. So who am I and why should you listen to me? Well, I am the CEO of Tree Service Digital. We're a digital agency that services nothing but tree service contractors across the United States, tree healthcare, some landscaping, that do a hybrid of tree service and landscaping. Been in the internet marketing space now for close to 10 years, actually 10 years now. Author of How to Win with Internet Marketing for Tree Service Contractors. Here's the book here, How to Win with Internet Marketing for Tree Service Contractors. If you want a free copy, just go to our website, treeservicedigital.com. There's a box on the homepage that says, want a free copy of the book. Enter your information there. Happy to ship out a free copy for you. You'll also get the link to Amazon Kindle too. I think it's like $2 for the digital copy. And we specialize in tree service internet marketing. So this is all we do. We're not working with a bunch of different types of businesses. And then, oh, by the way, we're doing it for tree service as well. We do it for just tree service. We're expert web development team, Google Ads management, Google Local Service Ads management, digital marketing as a whole, email marketing, all that for tree service companies. And we've worked with over 100 tree service contractors across the United States, and we know what works to generate a flood of new business for you on the internet. This is going to help you guys increase your sales, right? That's what you want. Enhance your online reputation, drive more calls, leads, and profits to your business, because when more people see you and more people call you, naturally, you're going to have more appointments and you're going to get your more share of work with those estimates and appointments. And this is going to increase repeat and referral business as well by being highly visible. So the question is, should Google Ads pay-per-click marketing be part of my overall internet marketing strategy? What do you think? Do you think it should be a part of it? And maybe you've tried this before in-house, you've tried it on your own. It can be difficult to get consistent results if you use the Google Smart campaign that they make it sound so easy to set up for. But that one is just wide open. And most people try that and then they just come to the conclusion that Google Ads don't work, but that's really not the case. It's just those smart campaigns are too wide open and you get a lot of wasteful clicks in your budget. So it's better on the other side of it. So again, this is kind of number 2 of our digital dominance wheel, pay-per-click marketing. So yes, Google Ads should be a part of your internet marketing strategy. So here's why Google Ads should be part of your internet marketing strategy. The benefits are is you start showing up quickly, right? You can launch a Google Ads campaign in a few days and have your ads and your website showing up at the top of the page in your local area when people do searches for tree service or tree removal or whatever it is you want to target. You can show up as often as possible where your customers are looking the most, which is on the search engines. You can show up for non-geo modified terms like tree service, right? So somebody in your local market, maybe they don't specify, they're looking for tree service, Chicago, Illinois. They just type in tree service, search, and then your ad can show up for that term, even though you wouldn't normally show up for that term because normally you would show up for the tree service in your city keyword, but you can show up for all kinds of things when you're targeting ads because you can now have phrases that you target in your local targeted area. And it's also a factor of unlimited scalability. Now, what we see with that, there's an asterisk beside unlimited scalability. The reason is because once we increase the budget too far, in any given market, there's only so much search volume, if that makes sense. So rural markets, there's a lot less search volume. Urban populations, high population density, like cities and urban centers, those are going to have higher search volume, especially if there's a lot of trees and things like that around in that particular region. So the search volume is high in those areas, but we always find a sweet spot where if we go a little bit too high over that budget, Google starts spreading out your ads a little further than you want them to be shown because they're trying to attempt to hit your budget. And they start bringing in leads that don't make sense, right? Places that you don't want leads from, and then searches and terms and keywords that you don't really want leads coming from either. So there's kind of a sweet spot there. So anywhere usually in an urban area, you can spend $1,500 to maybe $5,000 a month on the pay-per-click ads. Any more than that, a lot of times they're starting to bring in leads from outside your area. It's really frustrating as an agency managing Google Ads because Google's literally just trying to make sure they hit your budget that you're trying to spend, right? They want to make sure they spend your money on your credit card. So what we have to do is find that sweet spot. And if we see too many of those coming in, we have to reduce the budget down to make sure it's working properly for your particular local area. So that's kind of how Google Ads works. So it is unlimited scalability, but with an asterisk beside it. Why most Google Ads campaigns fail. A lot of people try to set these up themselves. We've seen, and we come in and just kind of revamp the entire account. But a lot of people fail to understand that the Google Ads auction process and the complexity of the tree service keywords, right? There's a lot of different things around the word tree. There's Dollar Tree, Christmas tree, tree service equipment, tree service climbing gear, tree service jobs. There's all these different searches. And most of that stuff is just stuff you don't want to show up for, right? If they have no intention of hiring a tree service contractor, we don't want your ad running and showing live when nobody's going to be looking to hire a tree service company anyway. They're searching for tree service climbing equipment. That's not looking for a tree service company. So just knowing exactly what you're targeting is going to be one of the biggest things we see that people fail on, because they just don't know what they don't know, right? If you don't do this every day. A lot of people only set up one ad group for all services, right? So you just have one ad that says like tree service company, or, you know, your XYZ tree service company, call today. No matter what people are typing in the Google search bar, tree trimming, or maybe they typed in tree service, maybe they typed in land clearing, maybe they typed in tree removal. You want to make sure your ad says exactly what that person just typed in. So if they typed in tree removal, we want an ad that says #1 tree removal company, you know, free estimates, call today, something like that. The next thing we see is don't use specific text ads and landing pages for groups of keywords, right? So you want a landing page for what they're typing in. You want your landing page to be consistent with the verbiage on the landing page to exactly what they typed in, right? So if they typed in tree removal near me or tree removal Chicago or whatever city, you want the landing page to have those terms on it too. A, it's good for Google quality score. B, it's more relevant to what that person just searched and what they just clicked on your ad. So you want to make sure you keep them there and turn them into a lead. Excuse me. So no strong call to action or offer on the landing page as well. So a lot of times we see people don't have a strong call to action on the landing page. So we want to make sure we have a strong call to action on the landing page, like call now, get a free estimate by filling out this form, enter your information, get a free appointment, you know, whatever that means for the call to action. That's one of the reasons too. People just don't take action. So why most pay-per-click campaigns fail? Well, we've got one ad group, like I was mentioning before briefly on the previous slide, for all of these different keywords right here. So look at that. These are all relatively different types of searches. If you see that, tree trimming, tree removal, tree pruning, stump removal. Typically, we don't target that with pay-per-click ads because they're kind of a low revenue type lead. But then you have land clearing, emergency storm work. And if you only have one ad group with like one ad, well, it's going to get stale after a while anyway. People are going to see that ad over and over and over and over again. So you want to test different ad copy, and you also want to test different headlines. But most importantly, you want the keyword of that typed in search to be in the copy of the ad. So if somebody types in tree trimming, we want an ad that says professional tree trimming service, free estimates, call today, you know, #1 tree trimming service, free estimates, best prices, you know, whatever you want to put on there that's a good call to action, a good compelling reason. If your ad copy mirrors exactly what they typed in the search bar, it's going to get a higher click-through rate, which tells Google that your ad is the best one on the search page, right? Which is then going to get you lower cost per clicks and lower cost per leads. So there's kind of like a little science behind it too. The next component of why most pay-per-click campaigns fail is people don't have a dedicated landing page for the Google ads. So when somebody types in tree trimming near me, tree removal near me, and they click on the ad that they see on the search page, we don't want to send them to the home page of your website. If they're sent to the homepage of your website, there's a lot of different places for them to kind of lose focus and lose track as to why they clicked on it in the first place. You need a website, and you need a lot of pages on your website in order to rank organically for SEO purposes and showing up high in rankings and get more lead flow that way. But if you'll think about it, with these pay-per-click ads, you've only got this person's attention for roughly a second or two once they click. So if that landing page is not really sharp and slick looking, logos, pictures of team, crew, trees, like people doing work, and a call to action immediately once they get on the page, they're going to more than likely bounce off more often. So we want to make sure that the landing page is really, really good. You've only got their attention for a second. And furthermore, on a landing page, there's no other menu pages for that searcher that clicks on the ad to click on. The only thing they can do when they get on this landing page is either click to call. So most of them are going to be on mobile. You'll see this little call now button, call now and schedule button. Got to click that with your thumb. Boom, you're on the phone with the tree service company immediately. That's a lead. That's a conversion. The next thing is you want to request a free estimate form right there in their face as soon as they load the page. And that's going to also further increase your ability to get more leads on this landing page. So then also we have click to call buttons in various spots on the landing page as well. So we want to make sure we've got calls to action on there, right? And you want to make sure you get a good landing page built out so that people will convert when they get there. So here's a quick case study. One of our clients in a population town of 250,000 got 47 leads in a month. The conversion rate was 33%. So they basically sold 33% of the 47 jobs. So they got 16 booked jobs. Their average ticket was $750. Some of them were $2,000. Some of them were $300 trimmings or whatnot, sprayings, things like that. And their total revenue was $12,000 on the Google Ads campaign for the month. And this is just one random case study that we pulled just to kind of show you what that looks like. So the projected return on investment was around 6x of what they spent, because they've spent about $2,000 on the Google Ads platform, sold $12,000 worth of work. And it can vary month to month. Some months are going to be drastically better than that. Some of them will be about the same as that. Some others could be a little bit less than that. But that's why you have other lines in the water as a fisherman, as a tree service business, doing other marketing channels as well, like the Google local service ads, your website, your Google Maps, direct mail, signs, Facebook, email marketing, things like that. They're all going to generate a nice little chunk of revenue every month, but you've got to be doing all of them at the exact same time. And that's what helps create the synergy and the momentum of your digital marketing campaigns. So here's how to set up and structure your pay-per-click marketing campaign for minimum cost per lead and maximum ROI. So yeah, if you've got a question, go ahead and pop it in chat. No problem whatsoever. Just type it in there. So I will answer that. Yes. So that's the ad spend that they got. So part of the fee, the program fee that we charge, Zuhair, is we actually calculate the overall program fee, and then we blend it across all 3 or 4 of the different marketing channels that we're doing. So that did calculate the fee. I think their actual Google Ads budget was around $1,750 for the month. So I did add in the management portion of our program fee to calculate that $2,000 in ad spend, if that helps answer your question. So we do we roughly kind of take that out and break it out per channel that we're doing the marketing on. So it did include that. So here's good question though. Here's how to set up and structure your pay-per-click marketing campaign for minimum cost per lead and maximum return on investment. So you must have some sort of conversion tracking on the campaign, right? You don't really know what's working or not working if you don't have conversion tracking on your campaign. That's a big must in today's online world, because you can get fraudulent clicks, which is another whole rabbit hole we can go down. But fraudulent clicks can be from competitors, it can be from people that are mad at your business or whatever. So you want to make sure that you have a software on the landing page that prevents the same IP address from constantly clicking on your website. So Google claims they'll reimburse you, but they don't always reimburse you for those fraudulent clicks. Your campaign must be broken into smaller ad groups targeting the various services that you provide so that your text ads match what the person typed in. So that's really, if you have the ad groups and everything there, you're going to do a lot better online. Make sure you have a strong understanding of keyword match types, and don't forget about negative keywords. So negative keywords are big in the tree service space. You want to make sure you add things like, Christmas trees, Dollar Tree, things like that people are typing in that are not going to be looking to hire a tree service company. Negative keywords are a list of words that you don't want your ad to show up for. So if people are constantly typing in Gary's Tree Service in your local market, and you're constantly getting calls, hey, is this Gary's Tree Service? Well, then you might want to eliminate the word Gary's or Gary to be a negative keyword, so that when people type that in, your ad's not triggered. It's being triggered because you're targeting the keyword tree service. And by Gary's Tree Service having the word tree service in the name of the business, you're going to get a lot of those calls sometimes. So you want to eliminate the competitors, and you need to write a compelling text ad that resonates with what the customer typed and entice them to click on you versus the competition. So ad copy is big. on getting people to click on your ad versus somebody else's ad. Leverage ad extensions to make your ad stand out on the page. We're going to go through that in just a minute. Really kind of beefs up and fattens up your ad in the search results. So instead of just having like a one-line ad, you'll have 3 or 4 lines with like little clickable buttons and links on it, which really helps. You have to land visitors on a solid, well thought out landing page on your website that's built to convert with click to call buttons, get a free estimate forms, and all of that stuff. So you want to make sure you got all these things done. And then you want to split test and tweak and fine tune as you go. So don't even think about spending any more money on Google Ads until you have conversion tracking in place. So the conversion tracking essentials are basically dynamic number swapping. So you want to make sure you got a call tracking number on your Google Ads campaign, right? Versus your organic traffic from the website and the Google Maps. You want to make sure you kind of know where those calls are coming from so you know whether or not to increase your budget on Google Ads, decrease the budget, or pause them, right? You want a keyword pool with dynamic number swapping so that you can track phone calls back to the keyword that somebody types in and the campaign. You want to do web form tracking, right? So if somebody fills out the get a free estimate form that we were looking at a minute ago in the example, and they fill out the get a free estimate form and they hit submit, then you want to make sure you track those leads too. And you also get an email. You can generate text message from that too. Make sure you convert more of those too. And you want conversion tracking built into your ads campaign to determine which ad group generated the lead each time. So here's the most important KPIs. It depends on the market, what these KPIs are going to be, but you want to see your total spend, for the month or for the week, however you're tracking it, how often you're tracking that budget, average cost per click. So you want to know how much the clicks cost, average cost per lead, calls, and the website submission forms, tree trimming per lead cost, tree removal per lead cost. And then, lastly, you want to calculate your return on investment. So how many leads did you get? How much did those leads cost? And then you can divide that, and then you can see what your per lead cost was. And then you can also see what your spend was, how much revenue you generated on those invoices that got you out to those customer houses or business owners or homeowners associations types houses. That's how you're going to do that part. So it's best to have detailed reporting. This is a snapshot of our dashboard over the last 30 days for a client. We actually just got their ads launched back again. So it's only about 2 weeks worth of data, but they've got 3,500 impressions on Google. So that's how many times people have seen their ad on Google. Got an 85 clicks, and they've got an 8 leads on there. Cost per lead is $26. So the conversion rate's 8%, and they've only spent $213. Now, this is a blend, and we're going to get into this in a minute too. This is a blend of search ads. So when people search for tree service near me, tree service your city, and they actually show the ad on the search page. And it's also a blend of Performance Max campaign, a new one that Google's got in there that shows the ad in all kinds of different other Google properties, such as YouTube, Gmail, Google Display Network, all these other ones that they're going to show your ad on. And so it's a blend of both of those for the $26 per lead. But you want to be able to see that, right? How many clicks you got, how many conversions with your leads, how much you spent total, average cost per click, cost per lead or cost per conversion, and then the percentage. It's always good to kind of see that stuff. Here's how to structure your PPC campaigns for maximum results. It must be broken down into smaller ad groups targeting the various services that you provide so that your text ads match what somebody typed into the Google search bar. And the best way to do this is have an ad group for tree trimming, a separate ad group for tree removal, a separate ad group for tree cutting or any of the other ones, land clearing, tree pruning, forestry mulching, anything that you want to target. You want to make sure you have a set of ads catered to that one specific keyword so that the ad makes sense for what that person just searched. So if somebody types in tree trimming, we want an ad that has a headline similar to tree trimming company, call now for a free estimate. Somebody types in tree removal, we want an ad that says tree removal service, free estimates, best prices. If somebody types in tree cutting, we want tree cutting service, call now for a free estimate. You see where I'm going with this? Just make sure your ad copy and your headline of the ad is very similar to the search term or the keyword they typed into the Google search bar. It's going to perform way, way, way better. So you can get even more specific and granular for city searches too. So let's say somebody types in tree service DeLand, Florida, right? Which is just a small area in Florida, Central Florida. Well, then the ad that pops up, #1 rated tree service DeLand, call for a free quote today. right? And then your ad copy, affordable local tree service company. Don't wait to take dangerous trees down. Family owned, licensed and insured, free estimates, affordable pricing, experienced crews. You see how this one's like a lot bigger. It's got a bunch of different extensions on it and things like that. So this is even more granular. Somebody types in tree service city, you want an ad that says #1 tree service in such and such city. And that helps get it more clicks as well. These are the types of keywords you can do inside there. So you can do broad match, which is getting a little bit more, it's gotten a little bit different over the past year. Phrase match is basically the best one that we have found because you can target specific phrases: tree service near me, tree removal city, tree removal city 2, tree removal city 3, like all the different suburbs and cities that you're targeting. That really works the best as phrase match. And then you can also put in exact match. And this just means that somebody has to exactly type in something to trigger the ad that we're looking for. So that's pretty much kind of like the keyword types there. Broad match is going to trigger if somebody types in the word tree, types in the word service, and no matter what else they type in around tree and service, it's still going to trigger your ad. Whereas exact match would not trigger your ad because it's got to be exactly that phrase, if that makes sense. So watch out for negative keywords. These are keywords that will kill and zap your budget and lead you down the conclusion of Google ads don't work. And we've seen it every day. Usually what we see is about 30 to 50% wasted ad budget. So if let's say your target budget is $2,000 a month on the Google ads clicks, your Google ads budget is $2,000, $800 could be wasted on people typing in tree service jobs, tree service careers, tree service crane rental, tree service climbing equipment, Dollar Tree, Christmas tree, competitor tree service, Jason's tree service, like anybody's tree service company around you that gets a lot of searches, and then they click on your ad and I'm in the wrong place, and then they bounce off. That just costs you $8 or $10 for that click. So there's a lot of waste that can be eliminated if you really build the campaign out right and put the negative keywords in. So you also need to write compelling text ads that resonate with what the customer typed and entice them to click on you versus the competition. So less is more. Tell them exactly what you want them to do. Call now for a free estimate. Click here to learn more. Get a free estimate. Schedule an estimate. Those types of call out texts really, really help. If you have a special offer, like, veterans and senior citizens, 10% off, or a special treatment for veterans and senior citizens, or something like that, that really helps too sometimes. Give them one decision and push for it. Don't offer them too many options to stray from your website. Call now for a free estimate, or, basically call now for a free estimate, or do that. So let's see, we got a couple of questions here. I'll show you the best performing text ads next while I get a sip of water here. All right. So one of the questions we got here is from Basil. In your experience, do you recommend call-only ads over regular text ads? From our experience, the call-only ads don't work very well in tree service. Now, if there's emergency storms that just hit and you want to launch a quick campaign, minimum viable product, sure, put a call-only ad out there, and there's going to be hundreds of calls a day because people are looking to get trees off their houses and cars and property. But in our experience, a landing page with good ad copy converts way, way, way better than call-only ads. And it may be in just the campaigns that we ran. I've had some experience in other niches previously, and sometimes call-only ads would work well for certain things, but they just seem to want to click on a website and kind of get to look at the tree service company before they call, if that makes sense. So the call-only ads don't work quite as well, typically for conversion purposes for tree service that we found. And we've run thousands of campaigns, right? We're managing hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars of ad spend currently. We just can't ever really get those to convert at a level that the regular search text ads would convert at. Yes, you can get a recording of this. We'll be sending this out first of the week, Zuhair. So thanks for your question there. If anybody else has any questions, pop them in the chat or ask a question in there. We'll get on going with the next part of this. So the best performing text ads are going to be, you want to have #1 rated tree service, call for a free quote today, local tree professionals, tree trimming service, call for a free quote today, tree removal, DeLand, Florida, get a free estimate today. Some of the other ones we've tested are call for a free estimate, free estimate best prices. Some people don't really want to, showcase that they're the best price tree service company around, because then it may encourage more price shoppers to call or something like that. The goal is to get them to click on your ad. And once they submit their information, it's a lead, and you can then kind of get in there and go to the house, give them an estimate, talk to them, build that relationship, and try to get that job. So make your text ad jump off the page with ad extensions. Do you see how like this one's pretty thick? So if somebody types in, let's say, tree service near me, and you've got an ad that shows up here at the very, very top, you can see if it's just one line, top rated tree trimming service, fast, friendly, and affordable, and that's it, and it may show like their link, it's just not a whole lot of text, right? But if you have your description be 2 lines, that makes it 4 lines total. Now you got your headline, you got your URL for the landing page, and you've got your description here, and then you've also got an extension to your Google business profile. So that also puts another layer, another line in there for you. So that's really helpful too. So just do everything you can with ad extensions. It really helps kind of like make it stick out a little bit further. Same day estimates, tree removal and trimming. Here's call extensions. So a call extension is something else you can add in the Google campaign as you're building it out. And sometimes people on the mobile search will just literally click on that link for the phone number and just call, right? So going back to the call only ads, this is what we find works better than call only ads, is just having the call extension enabled on the ad. And then the people can click it with their thumb, because about 70 to 80% of searches anyway for tree service are on a mobile device. So you just want to make it really simple for that searcher and user to just click this button and give you a quick call at the office. And this is a call extension is what they call this. And call out extensions are basically these little phrases that you can put in there, and Google will rotate. If you put 5 of them in, it'll rotate 3 or 4 of them just in different sequences. Like, let's see, fully licensed and insured is a good one. Special offers now available is a good one. Licensed and insured. Okay, we already talked about that one. On time and reliable, free estimates, emergency tree service, right? Those are call out extensions, which kind of just beef up and thicken up your ad on the search page so it gets seen more. So you have to have land of visitors, and this is another image of a landing page. You want visitors to land on a well thought out page that's built to convert, a landing page. So again, you got the name of the business, fill out the form for a free estimate. This is what we do. Here's our click to call number. Give us a call right now. Request a free estimate form right here. Contact us today. And so you see how this just really gives them the reason to give them a call. It's got all the calls to action on there. So set up the next part of Google Ads are the new campaigns called Performance Max campaigns. Maybe you've seen this inside the Google Ads platform, but it's got what you could do is you can kind of test it 10%, maybe 20% of the overall budget of the campaign. So if somebody's got a $2,000 a month budget on Google Ads, maybe put $200 a month. Maybe put that $8 a day, $6 a day, $7 a day into the Performance Max campaign in addition to the search campaign. And this right here sometimes shows up in areas where other people are going to be that have just recently searched for tree service. So a similar looking audience that would do searches for tree service in that 30-day span will then see the Performance Max campaign as well. And what happens is Google puts these on really smart places that people are kind of searching for different things like that. So sometimes it has a lower cost per lead conversion cost than search campaigns. These are some of the benefits of the new Performance Max campaign you can set up. The other benefit is it shows everywhere, right? It shows on YouTube. It shows on Google partner websites like the Display Network. It shows on Gmail, like a little sponsored ad in the Gmail, and it shows on smartphone apps as well. So it shows up all over the place. It's kind of like a retargeting. So it's similar to retargeting. It shows images of you guys in action. It pulls a few images from your website or images that you upload, and it shows them in the search results in a lot of places online. So it's really good for branding too, and kind of following people around. You can also create a short YouTube video of, I think it's like 25 seconds or less, upload it to YouTube. And then now your Google Performance Max campaign will show your YouTube video as an ad on YouTube. It's pretty cool. Really works well. We kind of like the way it works. You don't have to put all the budget in there, but again, 10 to 20% is good enough. So set up the Performance Max campaign with 10% of the overall budget. So you got your search campaign, right, that we talked about before that shows the ads and the ad copy. And then you've got your Performance Max campaign that shows up in all these other areas, such as Google Display Network, YouTube, smartphone apps, Gmail, Google Maps. So this Performance Max will show up in a lot of different places. And there's just more impressions of your business. People see your business over and over and over again. They're more likely to convert once they see it. So it's multiple results across Google Ads channels and inventory. So quick case study recap. This is that one that we showed you earlier. Somebody got 47 leads, converted a third of those into 16 booked jobs. Some people convert more than that, guys. It's not 33%. It's not a written in stone number. Some people convert 50%, right? Some people convert 20%. So it just depends on your tree service business, the name you have in the area, your ratings, your reputation, and all of that stuff. The average ticket on this one was $750. 16 jobs times $750 was $12,000. And they spent, again, roughly $2,000 for ad spend plus a management fee. So if you think about it that way, that's a 6x return on investment. So pretty good for most business owners would like that. And some people get more, some people get roughly the same. Here's some questions to ask your Google Ads PPC provider. If you're doing that now, if you've got a company doing it for you, ask them a couple of questions. How much of my budget will go to the Google Ads versus management fees, right? Some agencies will just charge you, the customer, $5,000 a month. And that includes their management fee and it includes the ad spend, but you're not real sure if they're actually spending the money on the ad spend, right? You don't want any murky water kind of wondering how much they spend on the ad spend when you're just giving them $5,000 a month. A lot of times agencies don't show you the difference between the program fee and the actual ad spend on Google budget, right? So you want to make sure those are broken out. What type of tracking will they be putting in place? Do you do, Google Ads call and web form conversion tracking? If you don't have a web and call conversion tracking that pulls into ads, you will be at a major disadvantage versus the competition because you're not going to know what's working versus what's not working. You got to be able to track everything. Do they separate pay-per-click calls versus organic calls on your Google Map or your website? How will we track our key performance indicators, KPIs? Well, I'll be provided with a live dashboard where I can see these things in real time. Key metrics, average cost per lead, things like that. Will you be setting up specific landing pages for each ad groups, or will the traffic be directed to the homepage, right? You want a landing page. Landing pages work way better than the homepage of a website. If you're driving traffic to landing pages, how will those pages be optimized for conversion? Are they going to have get a free estimate forms? Call now for an estimate? Will you be leveraging all of the ad extensions to make my text ads stand out in the search results a little bit thicker, right? So it shows up in a bigger area. That's what you want. And what are our targets in terms of cost per lead and return on investment? So these are some of the things you could ask your own pay-per-click Google Ads manager if you have one today. So what makes our campaigns better and different? We split the campaigns into strategic ad groups based on our experience in the tree service business to highly target and help target your most profitable services. We set up conversion optimized landing pages, so there's no guesswork as to if it's going to convert or not. Definitely going to convert. We set up true conversion optimization so that your conversions, calls, and web form submissions are tracked and associated with the campaign and the keywords in Google Ads so that we can adjust the bid and the spend accordingly based on what's working and what's not working. You'll know exactly how many calls came from Google Ads versus your organic website and Google Maps listings. And you can listen to the recordings of the calls. You can hear the recording, see the call description, everything else. You'll know which keywords within your Google Ads campaign drove calls and at what cost. This makes it possible for us to optimize based on keywords that result in calls and stop wasting money on terms that don't get a good result, right? You can eliminate a bunch of bad stuff by just tracking everything, seeing what works, turning off what doesn't work, increasing what does work. For each ad group, we set up multiple text ads and rotate based on the best converting ads each month. So our click-through rates, quality scores improve each month as you continue to optimize the ad groups in the campaign. And there's complete transparency in terms of ad spend on the Google Ads platform. You'll know exactly how much you're spending. So here's a testimonial from one of our clients. We're very thankful for Tree Service Digital. Wes and his staff have always provided high quality customer service, and Tree Service Digital has brought Baroni's Tree Pros many customers. Their service has helped us to receive large amount of calls every day, and we're even booking 2 months out at the moment. We're currently ranking #1 on Google in the areas that we cover, thanks to Tree Service Digital. Their campaigns have been successful in helping us to reach out to many customers, and a large percentage of our customers that contact us through our ads created by Tree Service Digital end up booking with us, and we do the job for them. So Tree Service Digital is an excellent business. We highly recommend using their services. Thank you so much, David Baroni with Baroni's Tree Pros. We've got several other ones on our website. If you care to take a look at those, treeservicedigital.com/testimonials. Justin Williams with East Coast Arbor Pro. What it boils down to is that our phones have nonstop ringing since we switched to Tree Service Digital. I would not hesitate to recommend them to anyone in the industry. It would just be stupid not to consider them in the first place. Thank you so much, Justin. Stuart Roberts with Faded Tree Care in North Carolina. We hired Wesley and his team with Tree Service Digital, and things are going well and moving up. Great customer service, quick response times, and looking forward to increasing even further. And we certainly have, Stuart. You guys have moved way up. You got any questions? I'm still here. I'm live. If you got any questions, pop them in there. If you do, that's great. Love to answer those for you. If not, that's okay too. There'll be a recording of this sent out to your email as well. If you got a question, pop it on in there, the question and answer box, or you can pop it in the chat. Either way, happy to answer those for you. All right. Well, I hope everybody has a great Friday. If you want a free Google Ads pay-per-click plan review, happy to help you guys out with a strategy session on what's working, what's not working in your current plan, or just take a look at your current campaign. You can call our number 770-637-3707 and leave a message. We'll call you right back, or else you can just go to treeservicedigital.com and you can fill out the form there to get a strategy session. Love to work with you, talk with you about what's working. It's all free anyway. There's no hard sell or any kind of high pressure sales tactics. We just kind of go over what works. And if it makes sense to work with us, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. And we'll go over all these different items for you too on your Google Ads and other internet marketing strategies. Just showing a couple of these little reports that we might track for you when we do go over that. So again, it's a free online marketing plan review. If you have any interest in that, just give us a call at the office, 770-637-3707, or just go to our website, treeservicedigital.com/program. And that is also a booking link that you can schedule a time to work with us, talk with us, see if we're a good fit for your business, and love to help you out there. Well, if nobody else has any questions, thank you so much for joining us today live. I really enjoy putting on these free trainings, something that we do every single day of the week, every week of the month, every month of the year, every quarter of the year. We do it all the time. So it's me putting everything into a condensed program for you to kind of go over what's working in bite-sized chunks. And coming up, we'll go over the Google local service ads on one of our next webinars coming up in the next 30 days or so. So stay on the lookout for that. And again, if you're watching this as a replay, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do a lot of work to get different content on the YouTube channel. So we really appreciate likes and subscriptions on the YouTube channel. If you're listening to this on the podcast, on the audio, you can like and subscribe or save the Tree Service Marketing Profits podcast to your favorite podcast player. We're on every major platform. And also, if you're not a member of our free Facebook group, you can go to Tree Service Marketing Secrets on Facebook. Request to join there. We'll accept you there. And looking forward to talking to you guys again soon. Have a great weekend. Thank you.